Sitting straight and tall, looking at me. Okay, we are going to be problem-solving detectives. And remember what I tell you, problem-solving is so much fun because it's like solving a mystery. It is like looking at numbers. I love reading the problems to figure out what they're trying to tell us. Because they're trying to tell us to do lots of different things with lots of different numbers. So here's what we're going to do. We've talked about how there are tons of different ways to solve problems. Now, what is the most important thing that we want to have happen in the end? What's the most important thing in the end, Shrishti?
We have to get the answer correct.
Okay. It is important to get the answer right. We want to get the answer right, don't we? That's the reason we do word problems. But do we all get to that answer in the same way?
No.
We all do things differently. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to see how each of you is a problem-solving detective. I am going to read the problem to you, and I want you to use your ears to listen. You're going to hear what it's asking you to do, because different problems ask us to do different things. So are you ready? We're going to think about the numbers, and we're going to solve the problem. And then I'm going to pull my curtain down, and I'm going to solve it on the board behind the curtain. And then we're going to see if you solve it the same way I do. And if not, we're going to see how we solve them differently. If you solve it the same way, that's cool too. So let's listen. Listen to the word problem. Here it is. It says, there were 4 gingerbread men on the pan. How many legs were there? Okay, listen carefully. How many gingerbread men were there? It's asking us how many were there? Look at the number. How many gingerbread men were there? There were 4. So it's asking us how many legs were on the pan. I want you to try to solve this. Some of you might draw a picture. Some of you might use, there are lots of different ways. Some of you might use tally marks. There are tons of different ways to solve this problem. I want you to try to solve this problem. So think about what it's asking you. What is it asking you? Somebody repeat the question to me. What is it asking you, Emma? How many legs? Is it asking you how many gingerbread men there are? No. It tells you that. It's asking you how many legs. So here we go. Go ahead and solve it. And no talking. I'm going to pull my curtain down and solve it on the board. And we're going to see how we solve them similarly and differently. Get to work. Go. Start writing answers circled. This one's kind of a tricky one. So start with what you know. You know there are 4 what? Four gingerbread men. So can you start there? Can you start there and draw those 4 gingerbread men? Okay, start with what you know. Okay, this one is kind of a tricky one. But I see lots of good pictures. Okay, if you think you know the answer, don't say. Okay. I want everyone, some people, if you are stumped on this problem, that's okay. If you think you have the answer, that's awesome. Go ahead and put your pencils down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I solved it. And if that helps you solve it on your paper, then that's great. You can kind of use some of the things that I'm doing up here to help you on your paper. So go ahead and put your pencils down. Let me see your eyes. Who thinks they know what the answer is? Because it's asking us how many legs were there on the gingerbread on the pan. Who thinks they know? Shrishti, what do you think?
8.
Okay, why do you think there are 8?
Because there's 2 legs here and 2 legs here and 2 legs here and 2 legs here.
So you mean to tell me that each gingerbread man has 2 legs? How did you know that?
Because I saw a gingerbread.
Because you've seen a gingerbread before, so your schema, you know that a gingerbread man has 2 legs. So let's see, this is how I drew the picture. I decided to draw a picture because that's kind of easier for me. Now, did I spend a long time on my picture? Did I draw hair and a face and spend a long time doing that? No, that's not important. What's important is that you look and you're able to quickly see and quickly draw. So here we go. I've got gingerbread number 1, gingerbread number 2, number 3, and number 4. Now look down here. This is the important part. I want your pencils down. I'll give you a chance to write in a minute. Thank you for those of you who have your pencils down. Okay. Each gingerbread man has how many legs? 2. So I know that I'm going to count, and I labeled them so I know that the 4 gingerbread in all have 8 legs. And what did I do here? Who knows? Why is this important? What did I do here? Somebody tell me what I did. Addie, what did I do?
Put on the word 8 legs.
8 legs, and what did I do around it?
You circled it.
Why did I circle it, Andrew?
Because that's the answer.
It's so that I know that you know what the answer is. If I circled this, I mean, that's not the right answer. It's to let me know that you know what the answer is. And look, I even put a number sentence there. I put it in a number sentence because I know that 2 legs plus 2 legs plus 2 legs plus 2 legs equals 8 legs. I'm going to give you a chance. If you would like, you may go ahead and, yes.
I did something kind of cute.
Oh, let me see how, I'm just before you, I'm going to look and see how people did it differently. You did the number sentence also. Very good. And you drew the legs on the bodies. Good job. Ooh, I see tally marks. I see a 10 frame. Now that's an interesting way of doing it.
And legs. Legs. I actually just numbered the legs.
You numbered the legs. Okay, I want to ask you, boys and girls, I want y'all to look up here. Morgan, can I use you as an example? Morgan used a 10 frame. Morgan, what did you do with your 10 frame? Can I draw a 10 frame on the board and you show me what you did? Can I do that? If I draw this 10 frame here, can you show me what you did with the 10 frame?
Well, actually, to make sure it was actually a 10 frame, I knew that one cross meant it was 2.
Okay. So when you drew this 10 frame, what did you do? Did you draw 2 dots, 2 dots, 2 dots, 2 dots for the legs?
I guess I just I drew them
Okay, I'm seeing that. So what you did is you did 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and that equaled 8. Those were good job. I like how she used a 10 frame. That's an interesting way of doing that. Give her a round of applause for doing something a little different. Good job. Who else did something different? Anyone want to share what they did? Alex?
I did a 10 frame too, and I just drew 4 dots, and I did 4 circles for 4 people, and I labeled the legs, and I did 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8.
Okay, good job. Okay, so the 10 frame, you did it with just the gingerbread men and not the legs?
Yeah.
Okay, just so you knew that was the number. Okay, Morgan, you can have a seat. Boys and girls, good job. If you did something differently, I like that. If you got a different answer, that's our goal, is we want to get the right answer. So if you got the wrong answer, that's something that we'll need to work on and try to figure out what the right answer is, okay?